Hi, Biscayne. It is May 31st, and this is the No One's Listening show. I'm your host, Anna, and it is episode 99. And I want to welcome you guys. Am I screaming?
No, you're fine.
Well, hi, guys. We have our full panel for the first time in a long time, so that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
And we have some special guests also. I will introduce Gannon to my left.
Good afternoon, Key Biscayne. Good to be here for the 99th show.
Then we've got Manny.
Tonight we're going to party like it's episode 99. Dun, dun, dun.
We've got Sam with us here.
Howdy, folks.
Rafa, our usual host.
Hello, I'm still here.
And Jonathan.
Hey, everybody.
Is that radio on out there?
Yes, it is.
I can
I'm
hear
getting
it, kind
feedback
of.
on that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I'll
I'm
take
getting
care
a
of it.
little
I'll
bit
take
of
care
fuzzy, but whatever.
You sound fuzzy? We sound fuzzy out there? I can lower it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, they'll have to turn
We're
it up
good.
then.
Let's start with weekend talk, as we usually do. Thank you. We were all together or not all of us, but many of us in here were together on Saturday to celebrate Chris Ricalt's 30th birthday. His sister had rented out a shelter there on Crandon Beach, and it was really fun. We had kegs, booze, sandwiches. It was really good.
Yeah, it was a great time.
And we got the shelter that looks like 1985, so that was funny.
It was nice to get everybody out there. Nice to go in the water because it was crystal clear.
Yeah, it was. Lowest tide I've ever seen
it was really
at Crandon
low.
Beach.
So wait, it was Chris's 30th?
Yeah.
Born in 85?
He was born in 87.
87.
Come on, Manny.
Yeah.
So that's what we did, I feel like, most of the weekend. On Friday, Rafa and I picked up Al and surprised Chris. Sofi had planned it, and that was pretty fun, seeing two brothers reunite for a birthday weekend. It was cute. It was really cute. What did you guys do?
We went to Mignonette. We also, that was nice. You guys ever go there?
Where is that? In Wynwood?
No,
downtown.
on 18th Street,
Yeah.
near Publix and downtown.
Edgewater?
No, not even. It's downtown, north.
Yeah.
That was good. And then hung out with Al. I know you already said it, but our buddy Al, I hope he's listening.
Hi, Al.
He came into town and it was refreshing. So that was nice. And I guess that's it.
We went to Francesco's.
Yes, we went to Francesco's.
Again.
And we got the boot real quick because
Yeah,
nobody was there
sweet.
Sunday night. And
You got the boot.
well, we got there at 9:40 and they were closing at 10.
Oh,
and nobody else was there, so they weren't like gonna wait for us.
But Kevin was so jolly and nice, as always. So that's nice.
Back to Chris's barbecue. Did they rent out one of those shelters?
Yeah, he rented
Wow.
out one of the spaces, and it was the one right by the rink, the roller rink.
Oh, cool.
So it wasn't like the typical just a little hut thing. It was like this.
Now, was it all Key Biscayne people, or
Yeah, I mean, it was.
or a lot of Chris's
Oh.
mysterious friends
A
there?
lot of Chris friends.
Oh, man, I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah, it was good.
It was fun because they're super fratty and they were playing like beer pong.
Yeah, but they took care of everything, so we didn't have to do anything. They took care of like all the organization and the cleanup and all that stuff.
At the end, I ended up with a keg in my car.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
And a birthday cake.
Somehow you always find yourself in the keg situation.
Now he
You
has
know
a
what?
pickup truck.
Exactly. It's called troca time. That's what it's called.
You should see how many couches he has.
When you get a pickup truck, people start throwing garbage in the back. They just unload stuff like it's all good. Like it's a good spot to just put things at the end of the day. Griff now knows the pain.
Yeah, I don't mind the garbage. It was just funny.
You don't mind the garbage?
They're like, "Oh, we're loading up your truck. Is that okay?" I'm like, "Sure." But it was funny because I had been drinking, and there was cops getting people out of the park, and they parked right behind me, so I couldn't drive. Luckily,
Because there was cops right behind you?
Well, yeah, because there was cops, and I felt the urge to say, you know what, I'm
Right,
in
no,
the
that's
car,
fascinating.
and had a nice designated driver take us home, and it was fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was
Felipe, he's with he's a Lyft and Uber on demand.
nice.
I had a wedding weekend.
Oh,
Anna?
I saw that
Yeah.
sexy picture of you.
Yeah, well, thank you. But it was Friday night. It was my cousin's was married. Or my cousin's daughter was married. Carolina and Lisandro. They're the Dela Cruz family. So we had the Friday night at the Dela Cruz collection.
Nice.
The space there. It was beautiful. A white party. And then we went to dinner after at Altar. My daughter Mika was in town, so we went to dinner. Good to see her.
Nice.
And Saturday the wedding was at Biscayne. It was beautiful.
I've never been to a wedding there. I've always wanted to, though.
Me neither.
Oh,
beautiful.
Nice. It's beautiful, huh?
It was hot. It was hot too.
Who got
But
married?
it's okay. It's you.
It's Miami.
You're like, yeah, you take off your jacket and everybody's, perspiring. Big deal.
Everybody's sweaty.
I on Saturday I spent the morning with Bobby.
That's right.
Bobby Haney, and he invited us to go see the air show at Miami Beach.
Oh, that was big this weekend.
It
I
was
felt like I
huge.
saw it. My Facebook thread was just
great.
solid with it.
And it was such a good time. I mean, it was really, really hot and humid, but the just sheer Air Force power.
Did you feel the welling
No.
patriotism?
Yes, you definitely.
Good.
Everybody was
That's
screaming
important.
America at one point,
For sure.
especially Jimmy Aldridge. But it was a lot of fun.
Well, he could have been the whitest guy. Even if Gannon was there, Jimmy might have been the whitest guy.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Even as Bob was
It
Captain.
was great.
So
They put out a really good show, and I'm glad they brought it back to Miami after doing it in Fort Lauderdale for so many years.
Was that the first time back in Miami? Because I don't remember
I
that.
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
well, even the one in Fort Lauderdale was canceled for a long time when there was
Right.
budget restrictions on it.
I
Correct.
think this year they did it on purpose at Miami Beach of doing it during Memorial Day weekend. This is a theory, but because of Urban Week.
We were there on Friday, and
On
it was
Friday
fine. Like, you didn't even notice
It
any
was
type
mellow,
of...
yeah.
it
Where
was
did,
mellow.
where did you guys pull the boat up to?
I want to say probably 10th Street, 15th Street.
Wow, cool.
It was a lot of
Did you
fun.
guys get in the water?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Nice.
It was a blast.
That's awesome.
We had a
So
great
it
time.
was you, Tommy Mazeltov, and Jimmy A.
No,
it?
and Jenny and Laura, Jenny's boyfriend Nadeem, and we had a great time.
Nice.
Fantastic time. I can't wait to go back next year.
Well,
Wow.
it sounds like we're getting into like summer weekendy vibes,
Definitely.
right?
Yeah.
It's hit that.
It's just it's really hot.
I know it's really freaking hot. Anyway, on that note, let's switch to the talk of the town, and we also have the harmonica for the talk of the town. Bad timing.
You switched too soon.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have planned better. I'll say that the talk of the town is a little more exciting than that. We've got breaking news.
Alert!
Yeah.
Key Biscayne Police Department is searching for a subject and has set up a police perimeter. All schools except the K-8 are on precautionary lockdown. Stand by for more. That showed up in the group's WhatsApp thread here today. I sent it in. I said, guys, something's going on. Apparently at 11:48 something happened. But I'm going to take you through the progression of the way that information is sort of shared here and the multimedia components of it. I wish this was a different medium, but you're just going to have to deal with my description. So that was at 12:27. I send that out to the crew here. Something's going on. Griff right away. I was wondering what the hell those helicopters were all about. Griff always hears the helicopters because he's up there in the clouds. We know that. So at 12:33, just 6 minutes later, I sent out a text. He's been arrested with a video of the guy getting arrested in the subway station. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Crazy.
Good
Like
footage.
that was
Our
already
friend
that was
Vito
already
got a
going
good,
around
a good
At
view
the
of that.
subway, you mean?
from Subway.
Yeah.
Subway station.
What did I say? Subway station.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, the Key Biscayne subway station, the metro stop.
Well, that's like a deli station or something. About 20 minutes later, it turns out that all the schools, including the K-8, have been shut down on lockdown. Now it's 12:57. I'm thinking, damn, Mati has a doctor's appointment in Miami at 2:30. I made it today because he gets out of school early at 1:50. Bob Haney's laughing. What the heck was he doing? At the guy presumably who was getting arrested. Rafa, what'd he do? I'm not sure. I'm finding out. Griff comes in. I heard the guy showed up with a gun. Put all of St. Agnes on lockdown. And then I send out a video of actually some dogs going through a neighborhood with the cops. People are shooting them from their front house, from their front yard. Griff says, I go, Griff, where'd you hear that, man? I heard it from a family member, but of course it could be a rumor, he says. So he qualified it right there. But Griff, by that time, somebody might have sent out 1,000 texts.
Possibly.
That's how rumors start.
Yeah.
Then comes a scary picture, if you haven't seen it yet, and we won't put it on our Rat Radio page tomorrow on Facebook for sure.
It's too scary.
There's a picture of an armed man right outside St. Christopher's, like with an assault rifle, and it was a police officer, obviously, but that was scary. Then Griff says, as soon as I send that picture, Griff goes, Manny, get your phone camera contraption and be the first one on site. Rat Radio News on site. I'm like, Griff, what the fuck, man? I'm not going out there.
For those that listen, if you ever see Manny when he does his videos, he's got like this contraption. So I was like, hey, take it out.
Selfie stick.
It's not a selfie stick. It's
got
It's a stabilizer thing,
Yeah.
so your head so it doesn't shake so much. But then it prompted Griff to send a picture of Bill Murray being a reporter in some movie. I don't know what it was.
Groundhog Day. I didn't even see it, but I know it's Groundhog Day.
It had to be Groundhog Day. That cracked Anna up. And then Griff's like, finally, a laugh. Jeez, man, I've been working hard here trying to get a laugh.
all day.
Talking about guns and schools and all day.
Well, a lot of conjecture on that chat.
And so anyway, I hear that two out of three have been caught. Oh, wow, I wonder what's going on. Rumors had it. They're trying to rob the gas station. And there's a picture of the gas station full of cops. So it turns out that you can probably read all about it right now somewhere on the Islander News has it. But 2 out of 3 guys got caught. One didn't. He caused a big stink for 4 hours. The cops searched and marked off the perimeter. And this is a string of events that have happened out here. This is the third major locking down schools.
Yeah, remember
second lockdown school.
The nanny getting beat up or whatever that was a couple
So
months
just so
ago?
you know, the Rat Radio team is out there following it. Breaking news, Griff.
So wait, but do we know what they did or what they?
Not entirely.
We know that they came on the key and they were seen stealing from cars at the Crennan Golf Course.
And then when they escaped into.
They came the wrong way. They came into the key, and they were reported at the gas station, and that's where they skipped from. They took off from the gas station. That's why the gas station right now has 30 cop cars. They're full.
And so, did anybody see them with a gun?
No. No one saw them with the gun. There was no reports of guns. The police officers had guns. Apparently,
So these are the.
But they brought out the heavy weaponry for these guys, which and nobody saw a gun.
Maybe
Nobody
they're
even said
monitoring
it.
our chat, and they saw that Griff said they had a gun.
Somebody had told me that they had a gun. So
I thought WhatsApp
that must have been that one like, I think, on the.
Look, I was horrible at playing telephone as a kid.
No, but I find that very
aggressive.
I suppose. I mean,
no way, dude. Not after what's going on in the world. Some crazy guy comes and just turn on your TV.
I don't know. I think it's a little
they
aggressive.
don't have that reaction when it happens in a non.
Dude, if I was caught,
Dude is black. Let's be honest. Dude is black.
yeah, exactly.
They pulled out the guns.
If I was breaking into cars, they wouldn't pull a gun. They wouldn't bring the rifles out for me.
They wouldn't at all. And like 15. You said 15
They probably-
dogs. 15 dogs.
Again, to be clear, we don't know what the information was that were going on.
Yeah,
Right? Maybe there was a gun. in
Good
there.
point.
We don't know that at this point.
yeah, you're right.
The Islander News hasn't put anything up yet. The only
All
thing
we
they
know
put
is
up
that
was
Griff heard from some guy
Yeah, they
that
did.
one of them had a gun.
There you go.
He's got a gun. He's got a gun.
I checked the Islander News recently. And
Yeah, they did. They just put something up right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The last thing I saw was just about the lockdown at the schools.
No,
They
that's
didn't
what I
have
was
any
just
more.
reporting on. Except I went in. I used our thread a little bit more than that piece. But,
Yeah, right.
Big news on the key.
Damn.
Guys, that's breaking news on Rat Radio live. You heard it first.
By the way, the traffic was really backed up.
Just like real news sources, no real information. Just
Yeah,
hype about what
That's
happened.
hype.
especially if you're listening to a repeat on like Friday.
Hey,
What's today?
at least we're honest about it, okay? It's coming from a WhatsApp thread. It's a guy that told Jonathan something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It comes back to how information's passed on.
Yeah.
And the other thing that happened was I went to pick up my son to go to the appointment. We made it to the appointment. He was out, 50 minutes late. But no one was all there at the school. People didn't rush to the school. They didn't create, chaos and madness. Everyone knew what was going on. As soon as they said it was lifted, people started showing up.
Yeah.
So, what else happened in
Well, it's
Talk of the Town
breaking
here?
news, guys. And we'll report back and let you know
Oh,
what
do we have
actually
any
happened.
trivia tonight? Or I didn't think.
Yes, I have a trivia.
Oh,
All
good.
right.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
In what time period did lethal yellowing occur, and what was it?
What the hell? If you know the
Lethal
answer,
yellowing.
if you know the answer, call 305-361-8557.
Yeah.
The prize is a Key Rat Ultimate Summer Tournament 2017 exclusive disc.
Oh. That's
You answer
fancy.
it. Nobody in the studio can claim it, but
Oh.
if you call in, you get it right. It's yours.
It's 361-8557 if you know it. And let me tell you, the Frisbee has blue foil on it, okay? So it's really cool. Okay, so the breaking news was the most exciting, I'm not going to lie. But recently, I was driving off the key and on the key and off the key and on the key, and I noticed that they were renovating over at the Seaquarium. So my brother and I got into a whole conversation like, really? What? They're going to pump money into something that I feel like is going to close eventually anyway. We've gotten to that point, hopefully, I guess not yet. And I finally found out that they're improving the park's entrance and main retail shop. I couldn't figure out how much money they were spending. I know it's a multi-million-dollar renovation. I can't believe that they're spending money on the entrance and the retail shop when things like inside are all screwed up. So I wanted to get your guys' opinion. What do you think about that? Should that be happening? And what the hell?
I mean, I'm surprised they haven't been able to shut it down yet, or at least get the whale out of there, you know?
Well, so I looked up how many visitors go, according to Wikipedia, okay? Go ahead.
Make us guess.
Oh, yes. How many annual visitors do you think this place has?
Guys?
Manny, get it?
How many annual visitors at Seaquarium?
What's your guess?
I would say 1.2 million.
Okay, get it?
30,000.
Oh, there's a big discrepancy there. Jonathan.
I say 100,000.
100,000? Rafa knows the answer because I told him, so I won't make him guess.
850,000.
No. It's 500,000, which I was really surprised. I cannot believe that many people are going there. It has to be people like from the outside that need an attraction for the children.
From the outside.
Right?
From the
At
outside.
$50 a
Right,
head.
from the outside, I mean tourists.
Yeah, it costs a lot to keep that place going. It's decrepit. It's falling apart.
It's falling
I
apart.
wonder how many people are going to the Virginia Key Outdoor Center. That place is cool.
Man.
Tourists have started going there. It's right across the street. I mean, that'd be nice if that was sort of the tourism pull, you know?
Doesn't really have
Instead
the
of
wow
Lolita?
factor, though, you know? That's what
Yeah.
people are looking for.
Doesn't have
Well, so I started looking
Whale
at
shit.
Get
Lolita.
some mangroves and learn about ecosystem. It's not really sexy.
Did you see that stingray?
The only reason I even started to look this up is because Jonathan and I were talking about this like PETA ad that's coming out. But then I started looking up Lolita, and she is, I think, the oldest or longest held.
Wait, Lolita's still there?
She's
No
still,
way.
She's
She's
like,
gotta be 45.
She's 52, I think.
It's like me.
Exactly, like you.
Almost.
But she's
Gonna
been
take
held in
down.
captivity longer than any other orca in the world. It's effed up. And the tanks don't even hold up to regulation. They're like, it's like 20 feet deep or something.
Yeah, but
like
at this
that.
point, I mean, what are you going to do with her? You're just feeding her. And she's...
Well,
Man,
actually,
that's
there's
sad.
a
You
lot
can't
of
let her go.
options.
You
And
can't
those,
let her go.
Those groups, I don't know about
That's what they
PETA,
say.
but most groups are just about not keeping this going. Nobody's really suggesting that has a good mind that you release a 52-year-old captive whale into the wild. Cause
But it's not into the wild. I think they have a pen where they keep Lolita's family because they took her from a
Wait,
group.
so Lolita's family's just like on standby out on the Pacific Ocean
I
there?
think they're on standby somewhere, man. So what I understood is that they took Lolita and some cousins of hers.
52
Okay?
years deep.
That's fake
Yeah.
news. Is that from the fake news session? I thought that was our next segment.
Lolita is one of, if not the last one that was actually captured from the wild for shows. All the ones that are doing shows now are
Bred in
You're
captivity.
right. They were born into captivity, so it's maybe that's
It's
what
a
they're
horrible
thinking.
thing,
But
though.
yeah, I agree, it's horrible. But anybody with that knows what they're talking about isn't going to suggest that you release this animal. You have to.
Wametco is not
Don't
going to
use
let
it
go.
for shows, but
guys, but at least
It's
make
still
a bigger
Wametco?
tank. It's
course it
ridiculous.
is.
no.
It's still Wametco there?
Of course it is.
It's in 2014. It's Palace Entertainment that runs it. This company from California. It's like an amusement park company.
They're not going to let go of their biggest star.
But they make her a bigger tank, man. Have you ever seen those pictures from above?
It's
The
horrible.
drone images of
It's
Lolita's tank? It's like 3 Lolitas. That's it, the tank. Whatever.
It's cozy.
Did you guys see that movie with the Michael Jackson
Blackfish?
song? And then they released the whale, and then we could do that.
Free Willy?
And then it jumps over South Point Pier. No, actually, it jumps over the rocks at the yacht club, and
talking
it
about
would
Free
be.
Willy?
And then we go, yeah, and then
documentary?
Michael Jackson plays.
The documentary Free Willy? Guys, after
We
I
should
saw
do
Free
that.
Willy, I had a nightmare that Willy was in my bathtub. And then I walked into my bathroom and it was there. And you and my brother and I shared a room at the time. And I was so scared that Willy was in the bathtub. I've always been scared of killer whales because of that. So I don't know.
Willie in the bathtub.
Also, so they brought in another orca, right? So that she could mate, apparently.
Wow.
Hugo. And he died in 1980.
I remember
so she's been
Hugo
alone
from
for
my
that
childhood.
long.
Yeah, I remember he was from my
Yeah, we
childhood.
weren't alive then, but you were. And you
Okay,
went
well
to
then
see
it doesn't
Hugo.
matter. What else happened?
But apparently orcas are very social animals, and Hugo died freaking more than 30 years ago.
So I think in conclusion, I think we all agree that the whale shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
If the community or more people would actually speak their mind and bring more awareness.
Well, I guess what I started with is that they're spending all this money on renovating the retail shop in the entrance. Come on.
And not even the tank.
Not even the tank. Whatever.
Well, I mean,
Anyway.
They probably would say it would be too traumatic.
So they could sell more stuff to build her a bigger tank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. Well, apparently they've been saying that they're going to build a new tank since 1978, and they never have funding, and they've been like putting it off since.
And heads up out there, whatever party enterprises, radio's on this, and Anna's got a hair on up her ass for this one. So
I do. I sometimes.
But wait,
honk.
you're not going to go out there and hold signs, are you?
Well,
on the
I
weekend?
sometimes honk at the sign holders. I'm not going to lie.
That's
You've done your
solidarity.
part, you've done your part.
Solidarity. As recently, I was getting off of I-95 into downtown, and there was a guy like in the middle of the exit, and I was going like 60. You guys we all know, all the listeners know I'm an aggressive driver. And I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And I look, and he's holding up like a honk if you hate Trump sign. And I'm like, honk, 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 I love you.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Anyway, this is in other news today. They announced that the village clerk, Conchita Alvarez, is retiring effective July 14th.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
Good
big.
luck. Anytime you can be
She-
retiring, that's great stuff.
No,
She's-
also, she's been serving as clerk for 21 years. That's a freaking long time. And 24 years with the village. So,
and she lives on the key.
and she lives on the key. And
Friend of
she's
the
been
dog
part
park.
of. She's been part of so many things. She's a founding board member of the KB Historical and Heritage Society. She worked on building the fire department from zero, so that's pretty amazing. I don't know her. I wish
Good
I
luck.
did, but
Good luck,
everybody spoke
Conchita.
about
You
her.
will meet her.
Yeah.
Well,
So there was a day that not too long ago, maybe like a month ago, like Conchita wasn't there at the meeting, and
And all hell broke loose? No, sorry.
well, there was the assistant clerk or something, and I don't think the assistant clerk got the clerk's job, but she couldn't read. So it was very, very interesting. Like, I don't know if she was just nervous about reading in public, but she couldn't pronounce a lot of the words. And it was like, oh my God, is this going to be our new clerk that can't pronounce half the words that she has to say up here? And apparently not. But it was really funny. And I was just like, whoa.
From what I understand, Conchita is the bomb. Everybody loved her. I think she started off as like an administrative assistant to someone that was involved with the village, and then they brought her in. She volunteered after Hurricane Andrew in 1992, and then they brought her in because she worked at this company. And everybody spoke well of her, so good luck in your retirement.
Conchita is my buddy Criado's mom, which
Cool.
is cool too.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. This I'm learning about, so forgive me. Our Key Biscayne state lobbyist, Fausto Gomez. Does anyone know him?
No idea.
No?
I think I've seen the sign.
Well, Fausto went up to Tallahassee at the beginning of the month with Myra and with Allison to lobby for us in the spring legislative session. And he reported back that he fought for this. He argued for it. $55,000 going to the Key Biscayne beach restoration. $165,000 going to smart traffic lights on Crandon. I had to look up what smart traffic lights were, and they adapt to real-time traffic conditions. So that's helpful in the summertime when people are going to bill bags and whatnot. One of his arguments was that the state helps out when roads lead to state prisons, so why don't they help out when roads lead to state parks?
Awesome.
And it
when is
worked.
that being implemented?
I don't know.
That it needs to come sooner
Excuse
than
me.
later, man, because the traffic can be so bad.
Well, he also argued that since Key Biscayne added more access to the beach, that we should have money for the beach restoration, like the access that Manny claims. Going
one?
over next to Oceana.
The Oceana Path?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And just
That OP.
this is interesting.
You down with OP?
Think about all the beaches that are in Florida. The state set aside $50 million for beach restoration. We're getting 55,000.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of low. What's it?
Yeah.
What does that
50 million
cover?
for beach restoration for the whole state. and
What
we
did
got
what did the
55,000.
recent restoration just cost?
Does anyone know? I don't know.
No idea.
I would imagine it was expensive. But with
If you know, call in and give us a
Yeah.
Let us know.
If you
Give us a
know.
shout. Call any one of us. You have our numbers.
Exactly.
You have a video of some guy like getting arrested today. You have our numbers. One of our numbers.
Yeah. Well, and just so everyone knows, because I like to call out people that suck. Governor Rick Scott was actually threatening to veto all of this shit. Entirely. Any of the stuff that Fausto went up to argue for. So, thanks, Fausto.
Thank you, Fausto.
We got some money.
To
in here.
veto that education bill.
Yeah. He's great. On that note, there's a new building, zoning, and planning director. His name is Sergio Ascunce. Is that how you pronounce that name? You guys need to help me with that.
Let's ask the assistant clerk. Sergi.
Oh my God, you're making fun of this lady that we don't even know.
Ascunce.
The interesting
Tay.
part, what this brings up, and it's interesting, you heard it first here on Rat Radio, I believe, when Rafa broke the news about the remodeling permits costing more than the new construction permits. That was on the agenda for Sergio, is to amend that fee schedule to make it more equal so that remodeling doesn't cost way more in permits instead of compared to the new construction. And then they're talking about flood mitigation ordinance because we all know we're screwed. And he comes from Hallandale Beach, and he was part of the incorporation in Doral. So I think he seems like a
Great.
good candidate.
Experience.
Yeah,
That's
he's
good.
got 25 years of experience.
Let's get him on the
Seems like
show.
a good guy. Let's get him on the show. Sergio, you're invited. And that's it for Key Biscayne news, but I have some Miami news because this is sad. Yeah. The bookstore in the Grove is closing in June. And I don't know if you guys have ever been there, but it's a nice little local...
That place is still open?
Yes.
Would they make a good
one in Mayfair?
milkshake?
The one by
Because
Mayfair.
that one used to be huge. Was it?
Huge.
Is it still huge?
It
like
used to be
that?
a Barnes and Nobles, I think.
Yeah, it used to be
No,
Whoa.
three
wrong.
levels.
No, wait.
No,
you
that
guys
was a
think-
Borders,
you got-
and then Borders shut down
yeah.
nationally. Okay.
There you go.
Then this place opened up 10 years ago.
And was just
It's in the
first
back.
floor?
It's not in the same place.
Oh, okay.
And
Yep.
it's an independently owned bookstore, which is awesome. It's just,
And it runs as a cafe, too. I mean,
it runs a cafe. That's how bookstores make their money. That's why Books and Books makes money, is because they sell wine and beer and food.
Yeah.
Exactly. They have like happy hour with live music.
$8 beers. That's why they
Well, there you go.
make money.
But it's sad to see this one go because then it leaves only 3 independently run bookstores all over Miami. One of them being Books and Books, which, although is independently owned, feels like a franchise at this point. Which I love Books and
It's a
Books.
sad reality, but it's true. I mean, now you just buy everything on Amazon.
I guess so.
I haven't been to
Oh, hang on a
bookstore
second. There's
since-
my drone right there. I ordered you guys some stone crabs. Right this way.
I heard you guys talking about drones last week and how Rafa wanted to throw a can at the drone.
Yes.
And I remember being at the beach in the water when we thought about throwing cans.
Everybody
I
wants to
suggest
throw
you just
things
carry a
around.
golf ball everywhere you go.
Right.
Hey, is that a golf ball? You just happy to see me, Rafa.
It's weird. You guys are weird. So buy Bookstore in the Grove.
What was it called?
It's called Bookstore in the Grove.
Oh,
That's the name.
What's crazy is what's happening in the Grove is a lot of new development everywhere. It's changing the whole environment and the whole field. I read a lot on the Grapevine by a guy named Tom Falco, and he has a blog and he writes about what are the changes and how it's affecting everybody. So some people are happy, some people aren't.
Yeah.
It's a reality.
And Anna, what'd you say the name of that the bookstore was?
Bookstore in the Grove.
Bookstore in the Grove, now coming at you as bookstorinthegrove.com. So get on there. First order, 20%
so this
off.
is the story. So the lady is retiring, okay? She said that no one wants to buy her business because the rent's about to triple.
Oh.
There's
but-
a new Cocoa Walk happening. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
What?
Yeah.
What? And I'm the one bringing the news. Can someone tell me about the new Cocoa Walk? What the
it's
hell is
changing. Everything's changing, Anna.
this? What? But it's not good. Oh, I heard Cheesecake Factory was closing. Is that part of it?
Wait, you're coming to me with this?
No. I'm just saying, what's up?
Well, first of all, the bookstore's not dying because the Grove is changing. The bookstore is dying because bookstores are dying.
Boo!
I haven't been to a bookstore in since I was a little kid.
That's lame.
Well,
I know it's lame, but that's just what it is.
I can't believe people still go to shopping malls. I'm so surprised. That still
Right.
surprises me that there's so much to invest in shopping malls.
I believe you were at a shopping mall
Same as
3
a
weeks ago.
Yeah, in a pinch, hating life. I hated it. It was the worst experience ever.
It was Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day. I bought the same thing almost at the same store after walking around the whole damn place looking for something. Sucks.
So-
I should have thought about it earlier.
An interesting thing about malls, the U.S. has more square footage of mall space by a landslide compared to anywhere else in the world. And right now, a ton of anchor shops, like big, you're talking about Sears or Macy's, stores like that, are closing, which is basically killing off a ton of malls. So you'll see within the next, I think they said 2 to 5 years, there's going to be a huge reduction in the amount of shopping malls in the traditional sense. But you will see probably more of the premier outdoor, kind of indoor-outdoor shopping experiences. But
Like Merrick Park stuff.
malls, Merrick Park, Brickell City Center,
Brickell
stuff
City
like
Center,
that.
exactly.
So, yep. Time
So-
to
Malls are a dying breed.
Rafa and I, a while ago at this point, and I think we even talked about it on the show, went to this sprawl tour run by, who runs that? Bass Fisher?
Yeah, Bass Fisher.
Invitational?
BFI.
And they took us over to a mall in God knows where, near the Everglades somewhere.
Where they want to build that mall that's the biggest one in the world.
Oh, yeah,
type
well,
of thing.
They took
You
us
guys
there,
saw?
but no, they also took us to an empty mall, basically. We walked in, half of the mall is shut down.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
this weird ghost space. And the lights are off in that section of the mall, and you just walk around, and it's these sad vitrines. And then the other side is functioning, and it's so sad. I mean,
Sounds like he went to Mall of Americas.
No, International Mall.
Oh, that was at International Mall?
Yeah.
That's how bad it is now?
Yeah.
is bad. It was bad, but it just shows you, okay, the development of these places, you're taking down pieces of freaking Everglades to get these malls done or whatever the hell you are,
Hey,
and depending on what time of the country, what part of the country you're in. And then it ends up that in 10 years, it's not even functioning. It's just an empty, ugly 1980s looking mall. Okay? Sprawl.
Blame the people that go.
Are we still off the key?
I can't believe people
Or
like
are we
to
still
go.
off the key on
Yeah,
this?
we're still on the
We
we're
still-
talking about dead
Hey,
malls.
there's no, there is a dead mall space in the key too sometimes.
That's what I thought we were talking about. When I didn't hear your introduction, I was like, is she talking about L'Esplanade? That's what I thought you were talking about. And
What?
then you said it was a Seaquarium, so...
But sometimes you have to leave the key to buy something. Sometimes stuff is not available where... Actually, no, you don't ever really have to leave.
Just to bring us back to the Grove, I mean, what's happening in the Grove is a conscious effort to change the dynamic there. They're not renewing leases of certain places. Like Johnny Rockets wanted to stay there. You guys remember where Johnny Rockets
Yeah,
was?
Yeah.
and now it's a taco shack. or
Yeah,
something.
I don't know how a taco shop is that much better,
Right?
but Johnny Rockets was ready to renew that, and they didn't because they didn't think it fit the motif of
I didn't know
the new
that.
Grove.
I thought it was
Oh.
because Johnny Rockets just didn't have money.
They're trying to,
Yup it
make it a
up.
little more yup it up, right?
Yup it
Which,
up.
it's in a weird place between, crummy hippie land and yuppie anyway.
Yeah,
So
but
you might as well
Jo-
go full hippie with
Johnny
it.
Rocket can go the full scale. You can go in flip-flops or in a tuxedo to Johnny Rockets, right? I mean,
But if you think about that location is central to what you think of as the Grove, and I guess they weren't going for that. I
And
don't
they
know how
went for a
taco shop
hipster
goes
taco
with that.
place? That's ridiculous.
I don't know how that works, but
Whatever, Yuckies are still around. That's all that matters.
right.
It's called something else, though, now.
Luckies.
Yes!
It's
I'm
owned
so
by a-
glad you knew that. Yes.
Rockies.
So Pedro and I went in there the other day, and I don't know.
It's just so nostalgic. I remember
it's
going there
so
as a kid, and it was just so nostalgic. It was like, what is this world?
We went in there, and we start talking to the guy. The guy had the worst attitude of life, but then we start talking to him. He had just moved from Ohio or something, and we start telling him about Miami and how Miami can be cool, and he got all excited.
That's where they sell the vape cigarettes.
Vaping, whatever.
VHS head cleaner.
What's happening? What's happening with Coco Walk though?
They
Is the same shit?
No, they want to change it dramatically. You should check out the pictures on Grapevine.
Man.
Yeah. They want to
That's-
make it look like Brickell City Center.
Yeah, they do.
I like the way it looks. Whatever.
Shopping malls.
Good luck with Sandbar, because that thing looks like 1991.
Is that closing?
No,
Oh.
no.
They're not going to change the aesthetic of it and Barracuda.
No, keep in mind, Coco Walk is different.
Yeah, I know. It's across the
Across the
street.
street.
As long as they still keep Condom USA.
I love it how the Grove has
I love
these
that too.
older stores. I love it.
Yeah.
Hope nobody
Anyways,
goes.
so that's that segment. That's Talk of the Town.
And the Grove.
And
Right.
yeah, Talk of the Town
I'm
and
all on the
neighboring.
Everglades somewhere.
Exactly. And that it leads us to social media is bullshit segment.
What?
Oh yeah.
That was a gaga.
So the latest news on the social media, my friend Manny helped me out today and sent me something. I guess Steffi Grigio had posted something on the KB Marketplace, not for sale, which is fine because it's interesting. She said, "Hi everyone. I'm gathering locals' thoughts on how they would describe Key Biscayne. Please leave a comment below. It would be greatly appreciated. Blah, blah." First comment is, very sad to say, but island of entitlement, triple exclamation point. Okay? The first reply on that is 100% agreed. The key is not the same as it used to be back in the day. Wah, we know, okay? We already know. But then someone came to the defense and said, you do have entitlement, but you'll find that everywhere. However, you won't find low crime, the independence of the liberty
Hang
of our
on, low
kids.
crime, like, you mean like today? Like today's events
Yeah,
today?
right, I'm saying this is
Lower than what? Lower than
Miami by 1,000.
1,000 billion percent. Yeah. The independence and liberty of our kids on the lockdown at the school, joking, and have a strong sense of community, us. The key offers a lot. It's truly paradise. Okay, I'm glad that someone came to the defense of, I will say it because it's on social media, Oda Jastrem Zambrano. Does anyone know who she is?
Yeah.
Of course. Nelson's wife.
Oh, oops. Whatever. That's why this island of entitlement, they must see a lot. Whatever.
That's
People
not
went back
That's
and
not
forth.
good for business.
Oops.
Well, she posted
no
it.
one's listening, and she posted it.
You got to
with
pay
her
for that
name on it.
$12
I'm
TEDs.
entitled.
Hey, man, I'm okay with that because the last time I went there, it was what, $25? Yeah. I still haven't gone back since that day. My brother and I
went there.
went.
I went there 2 days in a row, ordered the same exact thing, and got charged differently for it.
Oh, that's
Was
the-
it more?
maybe
I'm guessing?
maybe I
story.
got a good deal the time I got charged less. So that's the way I looked at it. You know?
Maybe.
No, I like the comments. There were some comments about adult vacation land or something like that.
Yeah, it says.
Give me some good snippets because I saw some people. They laid out. One person went in there and laid out a novella.
Oh, you know who that was?
Yeah, no, I know we know who it was, and we're not going to say any names.
Won't say any
Yeah,
names.
because we've already talked about this.
I thought the whole point was to keep it brief and
Yeah.
just
No, some people said it had little essays.
G-Man, one of them was like half of one of your descriptions of the KRUSTy Cup.
the coveted crusty cup.
The coveted cup.
I will say, guys, I just read the first one, but I will say out of like 17 comments, most of them are positive and saying how we have paradise and da-di-da, okay? And that thank God there's room for improvement when everybody else complains, okay? So that's happy. Resort-like lifestyle with a strong sense of community. I see this daily in the way we conduct business, how we go around the key, and the empathy we feel for initiatives at KBCC, local schools and other KB organizations that bring about the best of the human spirit. Problems? Yeah, we've got them, as many communities do.
Oh, no, you said you weren't going to read her whole thing.
That's just part. That's another
I know.
one. That's
That's
another
another
one.
one.
That's another one. No, the whole essay I won't read because it's way too long.
The essay.
But I thought it was interesting to get people talking about.
Well, I
what
thought
they
what
think
was
is
interesting
good.
about that was that, where did you find that again?
KB Marketplace.
Key Biscayne Marketplace, where like if you have a hammer, that's where you put it. You want to sell a hammer, you want to sell a golf cart,
Old video games are some
you want to
tweezers.
give away some Legos, a case of Legos.
It's becoming a forum.
That's where
Yeah.
you go. Instead, you're soliciting information, and I'm already like with real estate.
Yeah, it shouldn't
There's
be
a
there.
question on
The
real
real
estate.
estate people need to be called out. I
But
feel.
that's more legit
Yeah.
than what do you like about the key?
Yeah, exactly. That's the wrong place for it.
Where else is there
where
a
the
forum?
story
God, but
starts.
where else is there a forum to talk about these things? Is there
Key Rat Chat, there's one.
is there a Key Rat chat
yeah, there
on
is.
Facebook?
Yeah, there is.
I'm not
Yeah, but
part of
those
that.
are just like all the old key rats who moved off and are bitter about the key.
Right.
Yeah.
There's Key Biscayne Bad Parking where there's for that.
Which is
or-
great.
Well,
and
that's
by
a
the
good
way,
one.
I actually.
Or there's people's threads. There's I'm sorry, Griff. There's a thread called 411. It's like all the house moms on the key. There's like 755 of them on this thread, and it's the 411, and
And you're
that's
in
where
it.
you talk about that.
By the way, the Key Biscayne no parking thread. There was a comment by a friend of the show about some kids drag racing.
Oh, yeah.
And today I actually saw one of the cars.
The orange Mercedes?
Yeah, and it was a hot mom driving it. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Chica.
That's right, Chica. Hot map. Driving an orange car. Well,
Griff, you got to
whatever.
take a picture of it. Okay.
I think it's funny that we have these forums and that people's names are on them and that people are okay with saying what they want. And that brings me into discussion that Rafa would like to talk about. Okay?
Okay, so on this show, we've been talking about these editorials in the Islander. Well, not on the show, actually, off the show. We even made notes to dissect them and stuff. And what I want to talk to you guys about, really, is that's kind of all the notes we had were about stuff that's already passed, and it's not going to really happen. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the idea of, do you call someone out when they post publicly, and how bad can you call them out? Like, on this show, okay?
I mean, I just said someone's name,
So
but it's their opinion that I
So-
was reading, which is
So
public.
imagine this, okay? Somebody writes into the Islander an editorial, and you think it's horrible. But somebody on the show knows that person. Or you know that person, okay? Now, because it's in the newspaper, it should be free reign here on the show, but because you know the person, you don't want to insult them too hard for doing something in the newspaper. Now, there was two sides to this. I do want to go after them, and you know what's funny is that I wrote a letter to the editor, and it's probably going to be published tomorrow,
Oh,
where
yeah.
I roast both of them, and I put my name on it.
Why are
Like,
you looking at me, dude?
because you started the debate with us because you knew the person, and you said it right now with the social media too. You know some person in the thread. They're posting in a public place, but you don't want the shame or whatever could come with it.
Here's so let me qualify that.
I'll bring up
I don't want it to
counterpoints
be a
too.
slam
Okay.
show, right? Unless you feel you can contribute something to the slam. So if it's, hey, you know what, this person's views X, Y, and Z, have they thought about doing ABC, or what about, you give a solution to the slam.
Well, I think you taught us that one time when we were in between us talking about those things. And I'm like, okay, fine. Instead of me just saying, hey, boo on her or him, I think they should go about it this way.
So you're saying we
That's it.
shouldn't just drive by the Seaquarium and honk our horns?
No.
Offer alternatives.
So look, I wrote to the Islander, and
Yeah, I want to hear about
Oh,
that.
that's good. That's good.
I hope
like
it gets
that. I
published
like that.
tomorrow.
What,
And
in a rant and rave, or a
Well,
letter to the editor?
the editor asked me, "Do you want this to be a rant?" And I said, "No. Put my name on it."
She asked you.
Yeah, she asked
We've
me.
discussed this on the show before. I think the rant and rave thing. You said you liked it. I don't like it at all because it allows people to slam without any accountability.
Well,
Like it's like, oh, I hate this. What's up with these pink sidewalks or whatever?
good
It's
for
like,
you,
hey,
Rafa.
you can't even put your name on
Wait.
not liking pink sidewalks. Like,
okay, so what I said, but then I was kind of feeling like it's kind of mean spirited. When you read it tomorrow, it's mean spirited.
I read it.
Is it
It's
a
pretty.
classic
It's pretty
Rafa?
gnarly. It's pretty
it a
gnarly. It's
classic
classic. It's pretty
Is
classic,
it? Is
Rafa.
it bad?
Is it on-
Because wait a second, there used to be, like, at the end of the news show, there was the editorial. Hi, my name is Rafa Momenes, and the views I express aren't part of this show.
Yeah.
And whatever, chicken liquor. And then it's your thing. You own it, and that's fine.
Okay, so
And I guess that's what you did.
So this is the thing. The two people I put down, or I put down their work, I suppose.
Wait, I know who one of them is. I'm not the other one, am I?
No.
Because I've been having a bad streak.
No, I mean,
Manny sometimes gets.
but I don't know them. I don't know. I know one of them. I'll just say who it is. It's the editorial by Bibiana, who writes these editorials like every 2 weeks, and then the editorial by Michael Kelly. And both of them, I kind of gave a little. Well, here, I'll read it to you guys.
Yeah, we get a preview of the
Breaking
paper
news.
it's publishing
I wonder if she'll
tomorrow.
publish it. Maybe she won't even publish it. So I'll just read it right here.
If she doesn't publish it, you have nothing to worry about. Because what's the name of the show again?
No one's
No one's
one's
listening.
listening, man.
Okay, so I wrote this, okay? So if you've read their editorials, well, you might know, and if you haven't, then, well, too bad. It says, to the editor, it says a lot about the island that on one page we get a cheap philosophy about natural living, and on the next there's recommendations on how to make your life better by putting plastic in your face.
Ooh, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's right.
So it's like one, and they always go on the same week, too. So it's like literally the next page is like telling...
That's good. I like that. We should have them on the show.
But it's a little bit...
should.
It's a real jab, okay? But I don't call them out like my name. But if anybody's read the page, I mean, if they publish it tomorrow, it'll be right next to them.
Who's it a jab on, really?
I mean, them for writing their editorials.
Why? They can write their
I think the jab is more on the island and it's public. If you're saying like, oh, it tells you a lot
it's
about
on society.
It's on society. Yeah.
Well, then I was thinking, like, imagine like an actual friend of mine wrote an editorial that I thought was garbage, right? Would I come on this show and say that editorial's super stupid? I think I would, but
I think you would, just like you called out someone for not going to the finals the other day.
Yeah, exactly. But I would definitely be a little more. But you have to understand that writing. Okay, so Anna's made the point that if you put an editorial in the paper, number one, like you should be open to criticism because you're
like if you post it on Facebook, like you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in a public place. Now, a lot of older people think that Facebook is like only their friends are seeing it.
Right.
They don't realize that in the marketplace, the whole world that they don't even know that doesn't reply. There's only 17 comments. They think 17 people saw it, but everybody saw it, And so they're a little vulnerable there.
I was going to say, a lot of those people doing those Facebook posts would think way more before submitting something to the Islander, which is read by such a small amount of people.
You're right. It's
then
like
by putting it on
impulse.
Facebook, we just mentioned the people's names there. And they don't think that way. Like you say, it's a generational thing.
But I still think, I don't know, that we should be able to call these people out.
Oh, I 100% agree on that.
Yeah,
But,
I'm on that boat.
but it's never happened to us that we're calling out somebody that we know. It always happens to Manny that he knows the person. So it's a little different.
Right, and it's easy to say this because I haven't done it yet. But, all right, I'll call you out, Rafa.
Okay.
Oh.
Because you wrote a letter to the Islander about the new signs in the village. This was years ago.
Okay.
Remember, it was called Death by a Thousand Cuts.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, Ken remembers the title of the article. Amazing.
Oh,
Amazing.
man.
That's when we were over at Gene's house.
Right. No, I really don't have. I was just going to play devil's advocate because
I don't think
It was a good article.
I don't really like this. What happened was they changed the signs. Now they're more like, they look more
Disney.
gated community like.
They're
Before they were
Disney-fied.
your standard Miami-Dade green signs that everybody had, and they changed them to these like old country town home style, to make it look more like a gated community. Really?
Yeah.
right?
What's that town in Disney?
Now I'm starting to agree with them. This is
I like
terrible.
them.
I was supposed to
I
be
like
tearing
them.
them.
You do?
Yeah.
I think they're...
I thought Death by a Thousand
because
Cuts
I'm running
was
around in my
dramatic.
piece of shit golf cart. It doesn't matter. It's like, who cares what the sign looks like?
No, I like
Yeah.
the
And
I don't
green
think-
better.
and I don't think
like
you
it.
and the whole
I don't
council...
mean to open up the debate. I just meant that. What's the big deal?
Yeah, but no,
If
but
I
back
disagree with you, I'm going to tell you.
But that's the thing. If you're being published, you recognize that there's a chance that someone doesn't agree with you, or that someone thinks that your opinion is bullshit, and that you're,
But the thing is-
I'm sorry.
I
it's
wish-
just
is
the
that
truth.
in that comparison, you're doing like apples and oranges. Like Mike Kelly, so what? He's a plastic surgeon. That's what he does, and he's giving people thing on here's a good cream to use so that you don't wrinkle as much, or here's where you put the Botox,
Which
or
I bet you that
whatever it
free-spirited other
is.
person is
He's
putting those
not.
creams
He's
anyway.
not telling you, like trying to give you an opinion on how to live, and with 3 exclamation points and kind of.
I suppose, but it's almost like, I don't know. I mean...
I don't think you're slamming him
Or
in any
her,
way.
or anybody. I
Her
think-
maybe.
Not even.
Her, yeah, I call it
Sure,
a
we
cheap,
have
I
lots
call
of
it
slams.
cheap
We'll keep it for another
philosophy.
time. It is.
Right. Well, that's true. But I think
I think
it's
you're
more
slamming
of just like you're just pointing out how bizarre it is that those two things are, living side by side when really nobody can
funny.
claim to be this all natural person out here.
Yeah, I would...
But I don't think
True.
that's like a slam on Mike Kelly or anything.
Yeah, I don't
like
think
that.
so either.
I don't think so.
So.
I don't know. It
he
felt a
does
little
great
mean-spirited, and then
Yeah,
I kind
my
of got
school
the idea
was
of like, hey, maybe there's a better way to do it.
I think
but
it's
I
a
still,
good point to
I
start
still,
questioning these things so that it's not published and it goes unnoticed, or people are thinking these things and nobody says it. I think
Or
it's
there's
nice to question.
I do like saying their names,
comedy
though.
section of the paper. Like, I can't wait to see what's in. Rafa. I wonder if Rafa wrote something today. In the editorial.
Well, I also told Kelly to bring back the
police
the
report.
police reports.
Where have they been? They
Right.
would be dominating.
Yeah.
the news.
Oh,
You know, the
right
kind of
now they'd be
advertising
dominating.
that Fortune could sell on that
Guys.
same page.
Could you guys take the heat if they wrote an editorial that slammed all of us by name?
Yes.
Yeah,
They,
we would
they
love
probably
it.
will.
Sure.
They probably will.
We would love
That
it.
means
We
they're
would-
listening. That's the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, that would be great.
We would blow it up and put it.
Say that there's no publication on the Key that shows the other side, right? There's the Islander News that presents it in a certain way, pretty non-partially, sure. But there used to be the Coconut Telegraph that had like a little bit of a different take on things.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I would argue that this is kind of the equivalent, not the equivalent because the Coconut Telegraph was great and it was in a written form, but this is more like that. This is another take, an opinion take.
I like that analogy, G. That's really...
Okay, but then
And that is the duty of the show.
I do. Then when people post publicly, we have to be able to mention who it was. I got
And you just
skirting around
you
it feels
submitted
so
a-
bad.
Sorry.
Go. Yeah, no, I was going to say to
He
that...
submitted a letter to the Islander and he just said it may or may not be published, so his opinion may or may not be heard.
And how
Yep.
how else to make a person's opinion heard as well, if it is somebody that we talk about, then to have them call in.
Sure.
Or we call them or say, hey, listen, you
Sure.
want to or come in here. And I mean, we're not, you're not afraid of that either, right? You want
Wow.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we should do that kind of thing, but sometimes it's like so boring. I guess I don't know. You know what I mean?
It's not as much
mean,
fun.
Yeah.
If it's going to be published every 2 weeks, like, I have an opinion about that. Sorry. It is in my local
That's
paper.
true.
I could
It's
say-
fair game.
It's fair game.
Yeah.
If it was one time that this person wrote for the paper, I'll let it slide. It's every 2 weeks. It's like a solid thing. I mean, it's a concrete happening, I have an opinion on it. And I will call out the paper itself on their freaking copy editing.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, that's-
Excuse me. Horrible grammar. Horrible.
in the one editorial.
In the in
But
that,
they-
in
but
that.
but the fact that they let it
but
slide
should-
into the
but they
paper.
should edit it because
Yeah.
it's a poorly written article. There's grammar issues. There's spelling
is
issues.
that up to the paper to edit an editorial?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah.
You can't like. There's
You have
certain
to have the
things that
editor
like.
look at that.
Look, if it was so bad that it was like too many. Like, okay, so the article has
4
two,
exclamation points?
Okay, so 4 exclamation
Capital
points.
use of
is,
capital letters.
is like Facebook talk, right? Whatever you want to call it. Like, yeah, uses capital letters for emphasis, like all caps
Text
for emphasis. Yeah. But if she had put 4 periods by mistake, you definitely know that the editor would have taken the 3 out,
Right.
But they won't take away the 4 exclamation points and leave it with 1.
And use of capital letters
For
excuse
emphasis
me,
is
no.
it's just the
That's what you guys
most
call
wrong
it. It's
thing
like
ever.
Text talk, Facebook talk.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
not for a publication like The Islander News.
Well, I think we've come to a conclusion that it's fair game for here.
Yes,
And
we just
we're
have to
gonna do
be,
it.
but we have to think about it in the way of like these aren't just ghostly figures; these are people. You know what I mean?
It's something you would say to their face. That's
Yes.
always a good thing to ask
Sure.
yourself. before you say
Yes,
something.
exactly. With a similar.
And I bet you none of us in this room would have the balls to say it to these people.
right
If-
now I would.
You know, I wonder.
I think
Like,
the people that complain about it the most in this room, they probably would.
I think I would.
Wow. Is that Rafa? Is that what you're talking about?
I mean,
Yeah, he would.
and Anna.
that's the only people
All right.
complaining
I
about
think
it.
we reached a conclusion on that.
Well,
It's
yeah.
fair game for sure.
And then I think I could take it too if they trashed us or trashed anything we said. I would take it in stride, no problem.
You ever
you know?
see that guy? All he
discussion
does
about
is
it.
walk around the island and take pictures. What a gonna loser!
Well, that's exactly what we're not talking about, right? Because it would be criticizing the show and our opinions
talk
on the
about,
thing
sure.
would be fair game. Criticizing my fashion sense, I could take it, but
Bring back the tucked in.
it's a little off topic.
Yeah,
You have a
right.
great-
Where is Rafa's tucked in shirt? It's been a while.
You have a great radio fashion sense.
Yeah, the picnic table button out.
What else we got, Anna?
Got another segment coming up.
We're almost finished, aren't we?
We're
It's
almost
7:30.
finished. We got a segment called, actually, I don't really know what it's called, but it's called Restaurant News. And we've got a special guest in the studio. He just dropped by.
Oh.
He has some news on one of the restaurants in the Key and something that happened.
Hey everybody, I have some news to report.
This is Pedro, my brother.
Hello.
Speaking, by the way. Yeah, the amazing Pedro Silva speaking to us. Studio visit, and he has something to say.
What's going on? Thank you for the introduction. So, the news I have to report is not great. It's not very dramatic either. I was having an empanada de carne from Patagonia, which, by the way, for the record, I like going there. I'm not trying to bag on the place. But, I was chewing my empanada, and suddenly I stopped because there was something in my mouth that wasn't carne filling. And I pulled out of my mouth, unfortunately, what seemed to be like a expiration date sticker, like you'd find on a banana or some produce or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. And it took me a while to realize this piece of paper. And at the moment, you're very upset. I put it in a Ziploc. I was like, I'm going to do something about this. I may mention this.
Pedro, I mean, everyone's on their edge. I mean, was it expired or not?
I don't think that wherever the sticker originated from had anything to do with the empanada. I think it was an unfortunate wrong place, wrong time for that sticker that ended up in my mouth. So that's unfortunate. I didn't storm down there.
Maybe it's
What
a
happened? What
tomato.
happened with your Ziplocked paper?
This is ridiculous, but I had it around for like a couple of days while I contemplated going down there all angry and upset. But like I said, I like the place. What am I going to do? Like start a scene?
No, you're not going to say anything. You're just gonna...
I'm just not going to have an empanada for a while.
I know what you can do. You can blast it on the radio and put it on a podcast.
I was exactly. I wasn't sure if I'd come on. I was asked to share this. This
I
bit
think
of
it's
info.
I think it's a funny one. It's like I'm gonna probably eat empanadas anyway. Exactly. Well, a question is, will you go back to Patagonia and eat empanadas?
I'll go back there when I need like a quick dinner and get the entraña and papitas.
You will not eat
So good.
empanadas any
I won't
longer.
go. I won't like swing by all excited to get an empanada all of a sudden like I used to.
Oh.
So
Yeah, that sucks.
I'll give you
Yeah, it sucks.
a little reassurance is that the glue and the paper is non-toxic on those things.
Oh, well, Pedro and I had this discussion last night or yesterday. I told him, well, you know how George Costanza's fiance died? Was by licking the invitation envelopes for their wedding. And so I was like, you got to watch out with that, So, yeah.
I somehow missed that episode, but it frightened me nonetheless. Yeah, I don't know.
I know,
There's
and
always
then
an episode I haven't seen.
Then I went into this whole like spiel about the foundation and everything. Yes, Susan, that's her name. I couldn't remember yesterday. But yeah, Pedro, it's unfortunate. I'm
no
sad.
empanadas for a while.
Yeah.
Got wind on the mics. I don't know which one it is, but I can hear it.
Whack.
So one of those two. Yeah, it's you.
Oh.
You can say it's
There's
you.
wind
It's
coming
here,
in.
it's me.
So when you want to talk, just grab Gannon's mic. It would have been much
thanks
easier.
for sharing that. I know you were disappointed. We go there often to get empanadas and a guarana or something.
At least it wasn't a Band-Aid.
At least.
Why did you get a Band-Aid in your food?
Again.
I have another restaurant news. It's a happy note. My brother the other night, I'm gonna bring him in the conversation again. We ordered from Kazumi. I was in Japanese mood, and I was in charge of ordering for like the whole family, and I was cranky about it. Surprise, surprise,
Cranky,
surprise, surprise.
Para
Looking
variar.
at you, Jonathan. Para variar. I was
Para variar.
cranky. And Pedro's like, okay, I'm making the list, and P's like, okay, get the Wagyu burgers and this
delicious.
and that. Guys, what's up with the Wagyu burgers at Kazumi?
They're
I'm
good?
down to go
Yeah, they're really
get
good.
like 6 of them and have some beers, okay? It was amazing. The best.
Really?
Why you?
They have a little
Why me?
huevo de corniz
Yeah.
on them.
So I'm not the only one that fell in love.
No,
that
they're
night.
really good.
Oh, I tried his. Poor guy. It was his dinner, but my dad and I devoured it.
Ooh.
One of the burgers. Yeah.
Hey, we have a caller, guys.
What?
Hang on a second. I'm gonna put you on the.
Someone from Patagonia?
Sofi, recall. Can we put you on the air? You're on Rat Radio.
Oh, no.
She called me to answer shit.
Wait, I have so many questions, but I can't be on the radio for them. How do I turn my grill on?
How do you turn the grill on? All
Oh, Lord. So,
Neighbor
right, I'm
issues.
gonna take this one offline. I'll get you. Hang on a second. No, Sofi. Hey, Sofi, let's give us a station spot here. Listen, Rat Radio 101.1 because whatever. Come on, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Listen to Rat Radio because they're going to tell me how to put my grill on.
Yeah.
thanks for calling in, Soph.
I actually have a bit of restaurant news for you guys.
Okay.
Number one, I went to the Golden Hog and I saw somebody get a burger.
That's big deal.
News.
That's big news.
The bun looked great, almost Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers.
Almost Fuddruckers level. You know that buttered bun that they had? Not as big, but that same style. And now that they have that grill in the back, yeah, they
that's how to turn that grill on.
Yeah,
right.
they got burgers there, and
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that I knew they were going to do steaks and stuff, but getting a burger there.
Name the burgers on the
do
key.
it.
There's not that many.
Exactly.
After KP Burgers.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you mentioned this stuff about burgers because I was listening to episode 39 or 36.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
February 2012, and we spoke about the burger situation. There was literally no burgers back then. So it's great to hear that Golden Hog is doing that.
Golden
Super
Hog
happy.
has one, and
Well, it's been
Artisan
a long
has
time
one.
since the Super Burger and the Monster Burger. The old Oasis.
I still have the Sir Pizza burger, so
Oh, that's true.
Ocean Club burgers aren't bad.
I've written up a short wrap up for the Crust final.
wait. Before you do,
No, that's okay.
sorry, I'm still on food talk.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got one more thing. On was it Monday night? We almost went to Randazzo's. I mean, it almost happened.
Guys, it almost happened, but to the point where
where-
Andy Blanco sat at Randazzo's for 15 minutes
Waiting for us, but we had already
guys are
changed our
horrible.
plans.
We had to change the plans, and he didn't know.
Anyway, that's my food and restaurant news. Almost
That you
made
almost
it.
went to Randazzo's. Thanks, Rafa, for that insightful.
Anybody
yeah.
who knows I'm on a quest. They have.
So hold on.
They have
Andy
really,
was waiting for you guys at Randazzo's?
because we didn't think he was actually going to come.
Nice.
And then so we
was
made
gonna surprise
plans.
us.
Plans. Yeah, exactly. He decided to surprise us, but we made other plans because we were like, well,
That's
nobody
good,
wanted to
'cause
go.
Andy
To,
usually
nobody
does
wanted to
that
go to
other people,
Randazzo's.
so perfect.
So did you finally eat there?
No, that was what I was
We're
announcing.
gonna go one day.
One day.
go.
It has really good reviews.
Go tonight.
Has really good reviews.
I've seen the reviews because you told me that afterwards, and now I'm like, okay, I want to get the muscles there.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
now let's go to the calendar, and we can hear a little bit about the KRUSTy Cup, even though it's calendar. I don't even know.
Is it time? Hold on. Let me check my notes here.
It's time. It's time for the KRUSTy Cup analysis.
It's a real short one. If you see my emails, it's like a 2,000-word essay.
The email was great, by
It's
the
a little
way.
bit long-winded, I know. All right. This is G-Man from Rat Radio, bringing you one last recap from the front lines of the coveted KRUSTy Cup. 2 weeks ago, we saw our beloved tournament wrap up with a match between your Pink Snappers and those syrupy slingers, Waffle House. With a keg tapped and a record crowd present, the crusty disc was flipped, and history was underway. Who would earn the privilege of being immortalized on the coveted KRUSTy Cup? Waffle House came out swinging with 3 unanswered into the pink. Sorry.
Wow.
Waffle House. Sorry, Waffle House came out swinging with 3 unanswered stabs into the pink,
Oh, even better.
who then kegled their way onto the board with a squirter of a pass from yours truly. Turn the page. Still, a tie game was elusive as Waffle House's superior numbers gave them a distinct advantage. Long bombs courtesy of Waffle Houser Jess, Diet Menu Kunkel added to the deficit. Hold on, I'm having a hard time reading my recap here. Oh, on the hook, but not yet in the box, Pink Snapper fought back with a series of plays made possible by Eddie Clean Snatch Bustamante. In the end, however, it was too little too late as Nick, Kids Menu Hidalgo, put the fish on the grill with a smooth pass cast to Greg Kendall Ham Lebes. Waffle House wins the coveted KRUSTy Cup 11-8. Congratulations.
Yay!
Yeah. I'll say that the Waffle House team picture made it on the Islander News. I think
Yes,
that's pretty
it's in
cool,
the- it's
man.
in the favor.
And it's not to just congratulate the Waffle House, but to congratulate you again and for honestly
thank you.
every year putting
Throwing
so
the
much
tourney.
into this and organizing
And
this.
how
It's
about Matt
pretty cool.
Freed? Matt Freed just keeps winning.
Really?
Does he?
Softball. Was he on the softball team?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Softball,
Softball, cornhole,
Corn toss,
frisbee.
frisbee.
Oh wow!
The year the
He's
one
having a
speech
run
freed.
like that.
The year
rider.
15.
The year of Freed.
Well, also in the email afterwards, Gannon sends this out, and so many people reply and they say how much they love it and they appreciate it. So I think a big congrats goes to you again. Honestly,
thank you.
It's so cool. KRUSTy Cup, yeah.
Wrapped up and coming soon, the beach tournament that we're doing on Crandon Beach.
Oh,
Name yet to be determined. First year, we probably won't give it anything too sassy.
An ultimate tournament on the beach?
Yes.
Wow,
Are
so
you
you're
gonna,
gonna-
are you gonna come out of retirement for that?
No, I won't. But I'll definitely come out and watch. So,
it's a workman's.
So working, I don't want to use that terminology because.
are you going to find the tides, like do a low tide type thing?
No, we play on the beach. We've tried on the sand when
Okay.
the tide is out, and it's like concrete.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's rough.
You guys also play in the morning sometimes, and whenever I see like Instagram stories, which I'm so lame, but I'm looking at that, it's so beautiful. It like makes me jealous that I don't wake up earlier and it's
you're
sporty.
waking up like at 8 and be like, man, these guys are out there at 6:30.
No, they're out there at
6 o'clock.
6:30 being athletic. I'm waking up like rolling around dreaming some more at like 8. It's horrible.
Yeah,
Like
it's
getting an
7:30.
empanada.
And getting an empanada. Getting a croqueta. I'm joking.
But that's the best part. We go out there, we play, watch the sunrise.
So beautiful.
We go get breakfast afterwards, maybe. It's pretty cool. I recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
But the tournament will happen in the afternoon and be a little bit more accessible to people.
I must say that I love the way it sounds when somebody has something written and reads it on the radio. If it's only for, I know the one time I read that email was a little long, but it's nice to have like a
Sounds
prepared statement. It sounds like very
Absolutely.
NPR story.
NPR,
It's
I was
great.
gonna say,
Well, so
and now
great.
you know.
Yeah.
Let's
the
start
rest of
writing.
the story.
Let's start writing for the show.
That is a good idea. If we could like come up with
Maybe.
something.
Are we still
like
waiting
it.
for our trivia answer to come from our many listeners?
361-8557 if you know the answer to the question that I forgot. Gannon.
Should I give it?
Yeah.
Give the
Time?
question, please.
Okay, so the
question?
question was, do you want to restate it, host Anna?
No, I don't remember it. That's
Oh, okay.
passing it to you, Gannon.
So the question was, when did lethal yellowing occur on the key, and what is lethal yellowing at all? So lethal yellowing is a...
Hang on. I'm
Wait.
Oh, we got to guess. No frisbees awarded to
No,
it.
Of course.
I still have my frisbee that you gave me. Thank
No, I
you.
never gave it to you,
appreciate
right?
that. Yeah, you gave me
Oh, I
that
did?
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, you told me to grab it out of your bag, didn't you?
All right, man. I know you know the answer.
I was going to
It's
say it's. I don't know if it's right or not, but I'm going to think around 1984-ish. It was like a growing on the trees that was some kind of, I don't know, bacteria or fungus or virus on the trees.
I got
Okay.
a guess.
fine. All right.
Wait,
okay.
you know lethal yellow?
We're all going around, Anna.
Oh, might be,
You
maybe. I
were
didn't
whispering
get
over
that.
there. You guys are Googling it. Pedro's
No.
Googling it.
I want to hear from
Pedro
somebody who
doesn't
really
count.
has no idea
Yeah,
what
Pedro,
it
you're
possibly
out.
could be.
Lethal yellowing sounds like your teeth are getting yellow. I mean, I don't even
It's-
know, man.
It's clearly when you wet the bed and then you wet it so much
And you're
that
15.
yeah,
Lethal.
All right.
you slowly put the covers on top of your face and
they're wet, too.
Yeah, you think you're
you start choking.
and you think you're in the
You're
clear, but suddenly you're in a world of lethal.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
Yellow fever.
so Rafa.
I don't
Rafa
think I
has
should
no
give the
idea.
answer to this because the answer.
How about you,
Johnny, what's lethal yellowing?
I think maybe, I don't know, they put some chemicals in the water to I don't know, clean out the water or something, and for
pee in the pool.
for watering for drinking purposes. So I would think it's like a tint.
Pedro, do
Okay.
you know what
Chlorine.
lethal yellowing is?
I have no idea. Does it have anything to do with that Donald Trump rumor with the yellow stuff?
The yellow stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, so back to Manny. You had a.
A tree symptom.
Okay, right. So lethal yellowing was a disease that affected primarily Jamaican tall palm trees starting in the late 60s.
Oh,
There we go.
So if you look at pictures from the 50s and the 60s, just in South Florida in general, you'll see super tall palm trees. Jamaican talls is what they're called. They got affected by a disease that started in the Keys. They're spread by a insect known as a plant hopper, and it's spread from down there. And then as a result, just like they did with the citrus canker or whatever, they started taking it on trees as a preventative measure. So they all but disappeared. There's still some Jamaican talls on
We
the Key.
had some Jamaican talls on the key in front over by the Royal Biscayne.
What in the
And
50s?
in front of the key colony, what's the key colony now? That was Cabanas before. There were some tall palm trees over
Right.
there.
And
I still, you see pictures.
they're like coconut palms, but really tall,
Very tall.
Yeah.
They grow to
but skinny, not like
very
royal
skinny,
plums.
Super
but
skinny.
very big husk.
Like California?
Very, I don't know. They look very Pacific.
Gotcha.
I mean, we all know that coconut trees are not native to this area in the first place. But anyway, so all the Jamaican talls were taken out. And Malaysians is what you see now were planted in their place. Every palm tree you see around here is pretty much a Malaysian palm. Also
Good
not
stuff.
native, but it's resistant to it. And that was the late 1960s when it started, and it carried through the 70s.
Rafa,
anywhere in that range I would have accepted.
Make a note here. Next scavenger hunt, which I'm not playing, by the way. I'm gonna sit this one out. I'll help you
What?
out, Rafa. Yeah,
You're
man.
not getting naked again.
What?
Well, I didn't say that, but picture of the tallest Jamaican palm on the key. That's a fucking.
There's still
that's
one?
a bonus. There's got to be one. Let's find it out. Let's see if the people can find it for the scavenger hunt. That's a 60-pointer.
Oh, I like that.
I know where it is.
Really?
I know where it is too. I think I could see it from
I
here.
know.
Actually,
Actually,
right?
you know, I was gonna have.
G-Man, it's right over there. It's on Bay
Don't
Lane.
give him the answer, G-Man.
It's on Bay Lane. It's on G.
Guys.
It's near Jeannie's house.
We're reaching the end of the show.
I think we
And-
missed that about. 60
Are we-
We got one more segment coming up.
No way.
Wait, can
Yeah.
we? When do we have? Is it gonna be after the wind down?
Oh,
Talk?
there's I forgot that my page turns over. There's 3 more segments. Worst
I thought you
host
said you didn't have
award.
any content today.
Worst host award. I would like to do a calendar if you guys have anything coming up, because that's important.
Yeah,
I think
Tony
we're-
Gowdy's birthday is on June 3rd. Shout out to everyone's invited. He put it on Facebook today, and it'd be cool if you guys went. It's at Black Market, so new place,
Can I-
Rad Place, 8:00 Saturday
I'm going to
night.
incorporate the shout out section here to Tony Gowdy because he is one of the more level headed people on social media, actually saying good stuff in KB Marketplace. And when people make stupid comments, he comes in and actually articulates himself.
It's his
really
birthday
well,
on Saturday
okay?
night. Black Market, come on out, 8:00. What else you got?
Well, I there's some stuff, okay? Because there was one time that we missed the music segment, and I got pretty upset.
No, calendar wise, what do
Oh.
you got?
Nothing.
Okay.
We got the the parkour.
the parkour. Oh,
That's for another show. We get that next week.
Is that not coming up?
It's not, I don't have a date for that.
Oh, so no.
yeah.
Chicken Liquor's playing in like a month. Just know that.
We'll
No
find
dates
out.
on
We'll
that.
get that info. for
Chicken
you
Liquor
guys.
actually was on the radio, Shake 108. I was listening to the radio, and they had a commercial. Chicken Liquor's new album coming out. The best band since Nirvana, according to the New York Times.
I heard that one.
I'm like, man, that's like Jim Morrison getting arrested at the Marine Stadium. It never happened.
That's
I'm calling bullshit on
hobby
that,
news.
Javi.
That's hobby news, yeah.
Yeah, that's hobby news,
yeah.
totally. So, all right,
Well,
that's
we'll
the
keep you
calendar.
posted on those things and whatever's coming up next on the calendar.
All right.
But my favorite section. Oh no, I drink wine. Segment. My favorite segment of the show is what are you listening to? Thanks. I'll start. I've been listening to this today, okay? So it's not the whole week. But today, this morning, 88.9 put a live session of the Allman Brothers playing Whipping Post. And so I'd like to hear that, and I'd like people to listen to it. 1968. Go on.
Allman Brothers.
Well, speaking of the Allman Brothers, why?
Well,
We lost one of
acknowledge-
the Allman Brothers.
yeah.
I think the only Allman brother left, Greg
Yeah.
Allman.
Greg Allman
So
on Saturday.
My song of the week is Midnight Rider by Allman Brothers Band. It's super sad to hear, but he was battling cancer.
No, I think it was Hep C that got him.
Well,
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he's
a
done.
kidney transplant or liver, which is the one for the
Liver transplant.
and one of the greatest. And actually, there's actually a really good article on Miami New Times about how one of the best albums that he's put out or musical work was done in Miami. So it's a good read. Check it out at Miami New Times.
Who else got? What are you listening to?
Man, I don't know. I was going to say episode 99. That's my song for tonight. It's Prince. Prince's song,
Yeah.
episode 99.
There was I'll make a little side note. There was a New Year's I spent with, basically it was just me, Pedro, and Rafa, and I played Let's Party. What is it? Let's Party Like It's 1999. Like on repeat the whole night. Poor guys. I'm sorry I did that too, but it was fun. Pedro, do you have a song that you can request? What have you been listening to lately?
I'm still mourning the loss of Chuck Berry.
Oh.
And there's an old track that I don't even know if it's originally his or whoever who wrote it, whatever. But I'm in it. It's about me. It's called Hey Pedro.
Yeah.
It's actually a cool track.
Wow, that's
Listen
awesome.
to it.
That would be good for the radio.
We'll put it on the radio. That's
Chuck Berry was just one of the legends of legends.
So I don't have a song, but
Ooh.
I have an album.
No, that's not allowed.
It is allowed because you have to because it flows and you have to listen to it
Yeah.
all the way through. But you got to help me out with this one because I don't remember the name of the album.
Oh, great.
It's the Thelonious Monk piano album. What is it?
The one at my house?
Yes.
It's called, I found it on the Sweat Records Dollar Mint. I don't know what it's called. I'll find out.
Piano solo, maybe?
It's so good. It's so good.
He was a genius.
All the way through. Just let it ride. It's just piano. It's great.
That one definitely goes on the radio. Why not? Mix it up in there.
Put the whole
Jazz Hour.
album. Honestly,
It's so good.
It's amazing.
It'll be on Jazz Hour.
It's a
night.
good
You know
Sunday
it.
album.
Gannon, you got one.
I was gonna say put some Slack String on the radio. Wednesday morning would be the song I would pick.
All right.
I don't know if you guys have heard of them.
Nope.
Tell us the sound.
The sound is like Beach Boys meets. I don't know how to describe it. They're from California.
I like it already.
You might describe it as like feel good, like stoner rock,
All right.
Surfer rock?
surfer rock.
Oh, Johnny
there
likes
you
I've
go.
been into surfer rock lately myself.
Yeah.
Sam, you got a song for us?
I do. I have one song that I think is a little more rat radio, and then I have to give a shout out to a friend of mine whose band is doing some cool things. But
Awesome.
the first song is Les Cactus, by the Last Shadow Puppets, and that's fronted by Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys. So awesome song. And that was
Awesome.
actually a recommendation from my good gal Emma.
Awesome.
And then the other one that I want to give a shout out to is a song called Badlands by The Born Love. And it's a coworker of mine who just recently left, traditional work to go full time on his music career.
Fuck yeah!
Yes, very
Wow.
exciting. It's awesome. It's kind of like Coldplay-ish, but with a lot of cool vibes to it. And he has an amazing voice. So you should check him out on Spotify.
Awesome.
They're trending.
Very cool.
I'm happy. I like that. Did Manny give a song?
He said he didn't really have one this week.
Okay, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
I think he said Prince. So
Well-
we're gonna party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Prince.
right. Oh my God. I'm
Like it's the 99th episode. That means next week is the 100th,
It's the 100th episode.
So what are we gonna do?
Guys. It's a surprise.
We should do something, right? I mean,
If you guys have any
We should do a
ideas
party like on a Saturday and do the 100th show.
and have a band out here.
and do the 100 show live. Like,
I think we should keep it lean and mean, the original crew.
yeah,
Even better. Sounds
I
good to
like
me.
that. Lean and mean.
And we'll have something ready for you next week.
Yeah, I hope
Episode
so.
100.
Yep.
It's a big deal. Well, thank you guys. It's May 31st wrapping up.
There you go.
And we'll see you on episode 100. How
Exciting.
It is exciting. And if you guys have any song requests, post them on the Facebook page. I think it's so cool when we get people that are actually listening to put music on that they like and then they hear it on the radio. I think that's awesome. I get excited when I put a song on the radio and I hear it when I'm driving. It feels good. It feels like I contributed. So if anybody has any music.
Well, we actually have a new
So-
producer for the radio.
Yes, we do.
His name's Pedro. He's right here.
Yeah.
So let me know. We'll be working on things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you access, Pedro. I'm gonna give you access. You can just
Paige,
you can go
you're screwed. You're
and you can
screwed.
go and mess with it.
Yeah.
You'll see.
So thank you to our listeners. Episode 99 wrapping up. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Good show.